Hey guys, welcome back for something altogether new and exciting. So today I am starting on the DLC for Doom Dark Ages. It's called Revelations. So this just released a couple of days ago. Went ahead and started it. Game day release. Pretty awesome. So we actually did finish the base game. And so we're going back into it now. We had wiped it off the hard drive, installed it back specifically for this. So we're going ahead, starting fresh. It is a standalone, so you do not have to have finished the game, which is pretty awesome. And just because my husband and I are gluttons for punishment, we chose to go with nightmare difficulty. So you already know this is not going to be the easiest task of playing this game because Amanda constantly lets everything overwhelm her. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos that's about to ensue.
And you, young sentinel, your father tells me great things about you.
Thank you, sir.
Should we terminate his life functions?
And destroy the Godmaker's prized possession. So long as he has that tether on him, we can still have a hand in his fate. Wait.
The Maker's Church has disavowed all actions taken by the Creed.
We'll move forward with our own Inquisition, quietly.
I'll ask you to join me now in paying our respect to him. The people of Argentanur rest easier now, knowing he is out there.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that recap, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. But yeah, just gonna let you guys kind of experience this story portion before we go into the actual gameplay.
I need an update on Merrick's status.
He didn't report in.
Okay. And this opening title sequence is actually pretty cool. So that was more or less the recap. Like I said, I don't really remember too much of that kind of stuff in the story. But it has been a few months since I've played the base game. So I'm really not a reliable source.
Great Slayer, victory here earns you the right to stand before the High Council, as written in the Book of Ashes. The Oracle will be your guide should you be victorious. Many have tried, but none so powerful as you. You may begin.
Slayer, Bane's team has secured the entrance.
At least I get to play now. And I've just been racking my brain between watching this recap and story multiple times during the editing process and multiple times on YouTube, all the different YouTubers that have been playing it, as well as, just watching it my first time through. I don't really remember some of this. Not to say that, the items weren't there, but maybe my memory is just gone. But I'm half wondering if all the recap it was giving us was actually between the end of the last game and the beginning of this DLC to tell you what happened in the between time. Because that would make more sense to me. It's just not how they worded it in that intro. But so far, story-wise, it's a nice way to link them together. It's a nice way to give you a standalone as well. As you can see here, I'm getting bombarded by bullets. This was definitely a learning curve. It has been quite a few months since we played, maybe even a year. I'd really have to go through some old photos to find the screenshots I took from when I initially played the game with Paulie, which we played it twice. Once on Hurt Me Plenty and then again on Nightmare mode. And we played them both very differently. Hurt Me Plenty, surprisingly, was much harder. Whereas on Nightmare mode, we actually remember to do all of our upgrades, which that's a whole story in and of itself I may explain to you at a later time.
Slayer, I can no longer send you support on your missions. Because of the recent uprising, all military actions will need the Khan's personal authorization. Know the people are brave and continue to fight because of you. You alone give them hope.
You alone give them hope. I watch from a forgotten throne as all glory goes to the untethered Slayer. Our flock has been led astray by your acts of defiance and that foul creed's weakness. Argentinor trembles in the wake of your actions.
Welcome, Khan Maker.
Cities fracture, faith dissolves. They follow you now. Tell me, Slayer, do you intend to rule what you have unmade? Or will you leave them to starve in the absence of order? The Sentinels must choose to stand with us again, and they need a symbol. A sentinel of noble blood. A warrior your people will recognize. Marek, son of Valen, has pledged his loyalty to us. Together, you will strike down the Order of the Six. Together, you will remind Argentinor where their strength truly lies. You fight for them, do you not? Then give them something to believe in. Or is unity beneath you?
Okay, dude, like, his eyes really are saying it all. I'm pretty sure he's been, yep, there we go, brainwashed. That is crazy. So, I guess if I'm understanding correctly, he's going to be like the symbol for the demons to, like, stay demon-y? I don't know. You're asking a crazy person to try and understand the Doom world.
Chambers ahead. The location has been marked.
Okay, so I've got low health from that pregame section I just played, and I'm walking in not remembering how to use all of the buttons and keys and how to change weapons, so I now get to play and relearn everything in a short period of time. Good thing I've played all the Doom games since the dawn of man, but aside from that, yeah, it's just a matter of, reacclimating myself to this game, trying to remember which weapons I actually do like. In the original Doom and Doom 2, back on PC as a teenager, I remember using the plasma rifle and the rocket launcher the most. But back then I also used cheat codes, which, too bad those codes don't still work today on the newer games. At least I don't think they do. We'll have to check into that on Steam. But the old codes stuck in my head. IDDQD and IDKFA for all weapons and God mode. I used those all the time as a kid, and it's kind of funny that they still stick in my brain after all these years. And these gauntlets are not easy. I wish there was more places to hide so that you can kind of break that line of sight so you don't get hit by these things. And once you pick up your health recharges and those armors, they're not going to respawn. So definitely don't try and use up all your health too early. But this particular gauntlet right here at the beginning, this is probably the easiest one I'm going to experience over the next probably 2 hours of gameplay. In this particular video, I think I'm taking it close to an hour. I'm trying to keep it under if I can. So I definitely didn't take you through the full 2 hour gameplay that I did do on that first day, which it was broken up into 2 sessions. So I wasn't going to put the 2 videos together to make one big one either. So just trying not to make videos too long so you guys can watch and actually enjoy it. I do a lot of dying, and you are going to see that over the next few gauntlet matches. But for the most part, battle mechanics are exactly the same as they've always been. You are still shooting, you're still doing everything the same. You just gotta remember, use that shield. They just gave us the shield in Dark Ages. We never had a shield like this before. So it was definitely a learning curve when we first started using it, but now that you're used to it, when they take it away later in the gameplay, which my understanding is they take it away and you get like the spear. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the spear. But I'm really gonna miss it. But I haven't gotten that far yet in my own gameplay, so at least know in the first 2 hours you don't lose anything yet or get any new weapons. Dude, I'm telling you, these mantibuses, mankiluses, I'm sorry, I can't even say their names right. These big old fat fellas, man, they are bullet sponges. And that looks like we actually cleared them all out. I don't hear any more music, so I think we're good. So, totally forgot about these things. Kind of works like a grapple. These little pop up on the screen are a godsend. Thank you, Doom people, for putting those in. It really helped to help kind of retrain your brain on what to do. Got us another codex. I think that makes 2 now. Hopefully I didn't miss any. And those green splotches on the ground is actually from those grapple points that you throw your shield up for. So it kind of lets you know, hey, there's something there, just look straight up. And it looks like right now it's just a bunch of little fellas. They're pretty simple to take out with just any of the weaker guns. Now this I totally forgot about, and so I'm like trying really hard, like, why ain't it moving? Duh, it's red. You can't hit it while it's red. It has to be green or you can't hit it. But yeah, I keep trying like a crazy person. So just know you can't hit it unless it's green. Go on, Amanda. Try it one more time. You know you wanna. Chicken. Alright. So let's take a look. Okay. Well, oh yeah. The green spots. Alright, so it takes me a minute. Because, you know, I'm Amanda and all. But you see those? We have to go up to them. So there's 2 spots. And it takes me a minute to realize, well, to get to the other side, you gotta hit it, jump down, and hit the next one. Dude, I cannot stand those invisible ones, though. I didn't like them in the original. I don't like them in the new ones. Those invisible ones drive me crazy. And again, you know you're supposed to grab hold of that. You know you're supposed to climb it, but how in the world am I supposed to get up there? And I racked my brain, and I am just a blonde, and you saw me. I ran to it, I jumped, I tried everything. I'm looking around trying to find the key to make it move. And then look at this. So here's another area, right? And it leads me to a key, so let's go this way. Oh, and those guys stink too. Right. Another hole to jump into. Why not? Let's be adventurous. I swear, I think they like taking your health just to give it back to you, make you think you're gonna die, but you're not really. And get this, Do you know where you're at? Because I'm about to tell you where you're at, and you're going to laugh at yourself. Which, it's not this room, but it's the other one. You're about to recognize where you're at as soon as I walk up to it. You remember this? From the other side of the gate. In front of that thing. That I couldn't hit. And then look. Respawns. Gotta fight him again. Another little mini gauntlet. Before I can even go back to that other area and hit the box. Gotta love it. This is where I just continue to get upset at myself because I die way too much. I let myself get overpowered and I let my health run way too low without actually, meleeing an enemy to get health back. So, yeah, so much fun. Hopefully you're not too bothered by me speeding through some of these fights. In some instances, I'm fast forwarding through any occasion where I get overwhelmed. Some of them it's just really long gauntlets that I thought took way too long, and I knew I would get bored watching it, so I didn't want you to be bored watching it. So by putting it in super speed, it makes it a little more entertaining. Plus you get to laugh at how low my health is at all times. Now there are some of these gauntlets a little bit later. I end up fighting these guys in this one room countless times, just trying to get to that blue skull key. And that stupid blue skull key, I swear I picked it up like 20 times before I finally defeated the enemies in that room. It was absolutely, totally insane. But here we are. We're finally back up here where I can do this. And you lock and hit. You're finally able to hit it. And look what it does. It brings an enemy out. The Mantabus. Woohoo! Hey, I think I finally said his name right. Yes! And look. Poison hit me, so now my health is super low again. So hide behind a wall to hopefully not get hit and die. And all my health is up there. There we go. Go over here, pick up this armor, I think. Because I left it there for that reason. So I could come back for it when I actually needed it. But I'm not going to go back down through that. You got life messed up if you think I'm going to do that. And here it is. Something that is going to take way too long. I mean, let me rephrase. This room is not the worst of it. This room actually is relatively quick. I'm just a goober, and I end up, walking through this lava multiple times, and not realizing that this lava is taking my life. But it also impairs my way of seeing, because everything's so red. But yeah, Amanda is a doober, but as you can see, it's about to change. I'm about to go up the thing and then go into a new section, and then we'll start an all new gauntlet section, which, trust me, this is just the beginning of everything. That's where the key door is, so we just gotta get to the actual skull key. Woohoo! And look, we got all these fire things coming up out of the ground, catching you on fire. Isn't that fun? And because Amanda doesn't think before she acts, here she goes, flying off again, back down here to where the lava is, and just like the goober, walks through the lava. See? So smart. See? That's what you call a professional right there. Ugh. All right, Amanda, get yourself back up to safety so you can get some health again. Jiminy crickets. So our goal here is to actually get through this upper section, get that key, so we can walk into that blue door room, which, spoiler, what's on the other side of that gate is actually just an elevator, which is going to lead us to another gauntlet section. So, yeehaw and hurrah. Just want to go through here, try and pick up some health, get ourselves back together before we go into another gauntlet fight. And I hate this section right here. Going into it wasn't so bad. It was coming out of it that was the bear, which you'll see. Amanda proves just how poor of a gamer she really is. And again, invisibles! I don't like the invisibles, and I really didn't want to use that green arrow, but I didn't have a choice. I was overwhelmed and didn't know what else to do. So finally, here we are, our blue skull key. Yes! Now for the bad news. I'm going to go in super speed because this is where I die countless times. I lost count how many times I died here. This is a good, I want to say 10-minute chunk in super speed. I really don't want to know what it was in real time. I want to say it was probably closer to 40 minutes, give or take. Really made myself angry. Kept dying. Finally figured out how to get through this room. Got it all clear. Got through the door just to realize that the door comes back and I am stuck in a very small space that I can't get out of or hide with a mantibus and one of those shielded guys with a battle axe and a couple of little guys. So yeah, not conducive to Amanda winning. But we are getting close. I want to say almost halfway. Yeah, close to halfway. So it doesn't take too terribly long. It feels like it's taking forever and 10 days, but I think it is just a couple of minutes. Let's see. I guess in super speed I've got it down to about 5 minutes, maybe a little less. Trying to look at the size of my bar here, I can't really tell because of how I'm zoomed in my editor. Maybe one day I'll share that with you too. But in the meantime, we're just going to let it keep playing at super speed. I did discover that between the melee flail and the rocket launcher, those were the best way for me to clear them out of that first room so that I can get into that second room. I don't actually consistently get into that second room. I'm just dying like a person. It's insane. I am so horribly bad at this part of the gaming. And again, it's nightmare mode, so I had to keep reminding myself this is a hard gameplay style. I'm not used to the harder difficulties. I'm used to Hurt Me Plenty. I've played Hurt Me Plenty for the last 30 years. So switching it to Nightmare for this game was a bit of a challenge for me. Though, like I said, Nightmare was a lot easier than Hurt Me Plenty on the base game, simply because I think when we were doing on the Hurt Me Plenty mode, I was not being smart and getting my upgrades. It took us probably 3/4 of the game before we realized we had all these upgrades that we could do. And I had so many upgrades, I did them all at once, and it changed the final boss fight into like the easiest thing ever. It was crazy the way we did it the first time through. Definitely learned a lesson, and he's like, I want to play it on Nightmare difficulty because I've watched these other YouTubers do it and it doesn't even look that hard. And we're big fans of Barbarous King, so you guys should check his gameplay out. He always plays in Nightmare mode on pretty much everything. Nightmare, hardest difficulty, super hard. So check him out. He's the reason that my husband decided we have to do this on Nightmare difficulty. So finally, we're at this point here where I finally got through. And you're actually going to laugh your tail feathers off at how I actually end up doing this. So, again, rocket launcher is what you need in this particular section, along with your melee flail. Got to remember to actually keep hitting that melee. And using your shield for the parry, so that those green things that are flying at you bounce back and hit them, and then when you hit them with the flail, you get ammo and health back. So it's definitely important to use your melee when you can. Now with the flail, you only get 3 hits with it before you have to restart it. So keep that in mind as well. You want to watch out for that flail symbol to actually pop up. And of course, you'll also see these guys kind of respawning a little bit if you kind of walk away. So yeah, so now that this door's open, you'll see I'm going to go, instead of going through it, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kind of position myself so I can shoot my rocket launcher down the hall and kill what's down there before I actually go in and go down there. But what surprised me, and I didn't know it at the time, was that those guys were respawning behind me and attacking me. So I had to hurry up and kill them real quick. Then once I'd done that and walked in here, I was able to pick up my health and then only fight one guy, which is this guy with the battle axe. Now, Amanda has made this look kind of easy. So, woohoo, way to go, Amanda. And then you're just going to go back through the door where you initially came in. And don't get yourself mixed up like I did. I got myself kind of swirled around. I tell you, this snake chick is like my least favorite of all the enemies, though. Come on, die already. Jeez Louise. There we go. And then get this one, take him out, and now we can open our skull key door. As you can see, the green light, that is our elevator. So we're going to call it here. I'm going to head down this elevator. There is another section to go through before we actually go through the next gauntlet, which will be in the next video. And just treating this basically like a first impressions. This is basically an excuse for me to get back into the world of Doom and kick butt, take names. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are interested in seeing more of the DLC gameplay, please comment on this video so that I know you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time, bye.